Hi, Shannon O'Flaherty here. I'm at my childhood best friend's house in Boston at the moment. And before that, I was visiting with my father. I'll go back and see my father again. And it's so wonderful to finally be here with my homeland people who I haven't seen for the longest space of time that I've never seen them, over 3 years because of the pandemic. So I'm very, very happy to be with everyone. And it's been amazing, really, to experience my father after so long. His partner died maybe a year and a half ago. And so it's just good old dad, like I've always known him. And maybe it's because I've stepped into this next phase of life, right? The older sort of phase. And I know I've always taken after him. We have the same physique and I look like him, and I'm definitely his daughter. But it's really been amazing to me, and I've never noticed it quite so much about how much I'm like my father. We were on a Zoom call together, both of us attending a Zoom call together. So we were sitting in the same frame. And I noticed that at the same time, we would move our position, do this, do that, go for a drink at the exact same time. And I thought, wow, it's just like we're twins or something. And in talking to him and hearing his philosophy, which I've always known this, but how we even talk with our hands, all of this. There's so much of us that are the same. And so many things about him that is the same. His philosophy, the way he thinks, his discipline, his routine, even the way that we eat the same. We eat the same kind of food. We like the same kind of things. We like the same kind of books. It's just really, really interesting. And it made me think about when we're younger, we don't want people to compare us to our parents because we spent so much of our childhood giving up our authority to them. You know, when somebody says, "Oh, you're just like your father." My mother used to say that to me all the time when I was annoying her. "You're just like your father," or "You're just like your mother." And it's usually said in a way that it's negative or some negative aspect of the parent. Well, we have those aspects too. And certainly there's a number of things about my father that I still need to keep a secret to myself, just as I'm sure he does too about me. It's not all just one way. But what I'm inviting you all to do, and not just about your parents, but about everybody, is to look at the nuances, like the silver lining of things, about how you are like your parents, how you are like your siblings. I mean, my sister and I are off deep end of opposite planets to each other. Never have you met two more different people. But years ago, I went to take care of her because she had had an injury. And I noticed all of the ways that we are the same. I mean, we had the same parents, we had the same childhood. How could we not be the same? And it's the same when we meet people who maybe annoy us upon impact, right? We all meet those people, and that could be for a whole host of reasons. But because all of our triggers are mirrors, and usually we're talking about the shadow side, how would it be if you just looked at everybody you met and looked for the nuance about them that is the same as you, some aspect of them that you can identify with? Maybe you like the way that they give you direct eye contact and look directly into your eyes, because a lot of people don't do that. I really appreciate it when people do, or when they smile to people, or when they're nice to random strangers or to waiters and waitresses. Some people aren't nice to people generally, but some people are. Or you like the way that they're a careful driver. Seriously, whatever it is, find the smallest thing. You like the way that they put themselves together. You like the way that instead of arguing, they'll just take a breath and take some space. Find the nuances in everybody you meet, but especially your parents, because we came from them. So if you're still having a complicated relationship with your parents or any family members, or you're still in the fight, get out of the fight and start looking in that mirror of all of the good things, because we all have everything. So if you think that you're a good person and you're happy, but you're still in the fight with your parents or your siblings, well, turn that around and stop and look and appreciate all of the wonderful things about that person, because they're in you too. So I've really been enjoying this time with my father. He's 87 now, publishing his fourth book. He's so with it and so cool, and he's funny and funny. And I just look at him, I look at his thin skin, and I think, well, yeah, this hopefully I'm going to be this with it when I'm 87. And I'm really appreciating him in a way that I never have before. And maybe it's because I've missed him so long. Maybe it's because he was always different when his partner was around. And now I've just got my real daddy back. And it's joyous to see him and be with him. And it's great to be with my best friend from life. We don't have a lot of connection because we live in different countries. We don't see each other that often. But there's this kind of life weaving together and a fundamental connection. And these fundamental connections that you have with people, especially lifelong people, like, have you lost your childhood friends? Have you lost your friends from high school, from university? Where are your root connections from childhood? You don't need to be friends with all of them, but dig up some old friends, people that you were really close with, and reconnect with them again, because there's something very special about baby bonds. So find the nuances with people, because when you start to see the good and all the things that you love in others, that will reflect back on you, and you'll start to appreciate your own self a lot more. I love you all so much. And if you're wanting help with appreciating your own good aspects, then please book a Mind Shift call with me. I'd really love to speak with you. And oh, I left my book cover over there, but my children's book, Bird Hadn't Heard, published under my pen name of Sierra Hamilton for the children's book, is on sale on Amazon now, and it's for ages 3 to 7. It's a sweet little story about friendship and magic. And it would be a great Christmas present if you have any young children in your lives. And I'd really, really appreciate a review if you read it and it makes you smile. And also remember my coaching book, Controlling Your Hidden Emotions, How to Make Friends and Live with Your Emotions. That came out in July. That's also on Amazon. So please get some nice presents to help people uplift themselves. And I hope you uplift yourselves too. Lots of love, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.